Hello, all you Global Flows junkies. My name is Patrick Brady, and I'm the founder of Global Flows. And today is beginning of May, May 3rd, and we've got some interesting stories to share today. Hope all of you are well, and thank you for watching this video or checking out the newsletter. All right, interesting stories, China focused here today. First, we're going to talk about EVs in China and the China auto industry and the EV industry is heating up and really causing a lot of global competition for Tesla and some other EU manufacturers. Here are some articles. China's EV overcapacity spurs global fears of more price cuts. So we'll get into here the article from Nikkei Asia, but they're overproducing as China tends to do on things that are popular. They're overproducing EV cars and automobiles, and of course, they're trying to kind of glut the market with exports. As you all know, that China exports get huge subsidies from the government to continue to export and provide jobs and work for local people. So that's not the only reason, obviously, but that's an important reason why the export industries are so supported by the government. Um, why China keeps making more cars than it needs. Okay, same reason. Hopefully you can see that like box car there on the image in the newsletter. Quite interesting. I'd never seen that before. EU's unwinnable EV price war. BYD cars 11 times more profitable in Europe than in China. Okay. BYD, even when I lived in China, was a major player in batteries, EVs, etc. So their overcapacity impacts. Overproduction could lead to 20 million unit surplus by 2025. Government incentives with continued support from the Chinese government, over 100 domestic EV brands are compete and heighten the risk of market saturation and bankruptcy. Competitive pricing. China has very low pricing. A lot of the EVs and batteries around the world are made in China. I'm going to see if I can pull up a quick stat here. There's a company called Xiaomi, which is the cell phone company that, you know, sells more cell phones in China than all others, maybe combined. I don't know what the recent stat is, but they're getting into EV cars, and they revealed that they have 75,000 vehicles pre-ordered. So they're going to be a major player also, along with BYD and others. Chinese companies accounted for 6 of the top 10 battery makers last year. And so you can see that China, as governments, including the United States and Europe, as the governments really continue to push and give subsidies towards EVs and electric vehicles, China stands to win the game at the end of the day, in my opinion. Okay, what's next? Story changes and sustainability questions. Can China's focus on high-end manufacturing growth raise sustainability concerns? Next set of articles is about Elon Musk, Tesla, and China. Also in the EV framework, Musk makes surprise China visit in search of Tesla revenue boost. From Bloomberg, why Musk now needs China more than it needs him. From Wall Street Journal, Elon says he picked Tesla's robotaxi's August 8th launch date because it's a lucky number in China. Robotaxi. Promise that's going to be a big deal for Tesla. Robotaxis in the future. All In Podcast is a podcast that I like to listen to. Maybe many of you like it too. They had kind of a top 4 Tesla opportunities, and robotaxis definitely up there. They also talked about the robot. I can't think of it off the top of my head, but the Tesla robot that has been under production, under testing. That could be really interesting. And the other thing was energy. So I think that mainly meant Tesla Solar. Tesla Soars on tentative China approval for driving system. Okay, that's going to be fascinating. Musk's strategy to visit China and gain approval. Tesla relies on China as both a market and production base. Regulatory and market moves. Musk secured tentative FSD approval, critical for competing in China's EV market. Finally, the China economy. And I speak to many Chinese friends who the economy is, a lot of different news, just like everything with China. Once you think you've got something figured out, then you don't. But factory profits slip as overcapacity troubles economic recovery. Decline in profit, overall demand for goods around the world has decreased. I did think it interesting, though, that Wayfair had good earnings call. So maybe families are swinging back into physical goods versus kind of travel and services. We shall see. Global market changes. China exports due to weak local demand complicate global market strategy, and government stimulus measures. China anticipates interest rate cuts and consumer incentives to stabilize domestic markets and address economic issues. Okay, well, we will pick it up next week again, and thank you for your time, friends, family, loved ones. Hope you have a great weekend, and we'll keep you posted here on Global Flows. Thanks.